Man, I love the San Juans. They truly are some of my favorite mountains in the entire country. They have so much character. When I hiked through these mountains on the Colorado Trail back in 2008, it really cemented that in my brain, in my mind, and in my heart. You know, just something about these peaks just really tugs at me. All right, great success. Back on the bike, it's running beautifully. We've got a proper tube in the back tire. I've got a proper spare tube in the pannier. We are ready for adventure. And as you can see, we are heading into the big mountains here of the San Juans. We've just left the town of Montrose and we're heading into Ridgway and then on to Ouray and finally Silverton in about 60 miles. And that's it for the day. We are just going to get to town and set up and avoid any ridiculous adventures. I thought about doing some of the Alpine Loop today, but I just don't want to push my luck. Maybe after I've gotten to town and I've checked in and taken care of my aid station captain duties, I might take the bike out in the afternoon for a little local ride with a little bit less weight on the bike. But for now, my entire goal is just to get to town unscathed. Now if you look off to the right here, you can see Mount Sneffels, which is a 14er as well. That is one I did, I think 3 or 4 years ago. It's that really tall, pointy one off in the distance over there. That was a really fun one. Scrambly at the top, a little scary, but a great peak nonetheless. And it looks like already at 10 o'clock in the morning here we've got some pretty insane monsoon clouds starting to form. So yet another reason that I don't really want to mess around with the Alpine Loop right now. All right, we just passed through the town of Ouray and we're starting up to the pass. This is always one of my favorite rides. I think it climbs all the way up to 10,000. Plus you get these incredible views down into Ouray. 23 miles, there we go. That's all we got left. So the race comes right through here in Ouray. This is mile 40 during the foot race. Look at town down there, looking all quaint. Oh man. So this road is known as the $1 Million Highway, and there's definitely some sketchy sections on it on a motorcycle, so it definitely requires some vigilance. I'm going to be taking it nice and easy around these twisties because I do not want to plummet to my doom. But I will keep the camera going because the scenery is off the charts. Like I said, some tight turns. Whew, and some steep drop-offs. Let's just hope we don't get it flat on this road. I do not have any more green slime with me to limp me along to Silverton. Ah, here we go. I'm pretty sure this is where the trail crosses because I think you go on top of this tunnel. In fact, I can see a hiker up there. Yep. So this is where you cross. Bear Creek, that's the trail. Right in here. Right there. Goes up that slope right there. And way up into the mountains. Very, very cool. I can remember 4 years ago coming through here in the dark and starting up that horrible climb up to Engineer Pass. I think I remember getting into that aid station at like midnight or something ridiculous. It was late. It was definitely late. The race took me just under 40 hours to complete. So over a day and a half on the trail. That's a really long 100-miler time-wise. I've done 100-milers in 19 hours, so this one literally took me twice as long. Oof, man, this edge is it's pretty steep. I am definitely nervous. I didn't do this road last year because I came in from the south, and so I've got to admit I'm a little bit nervous right now. I can tell that, oh jeez, I can definitely tell that my stress level is elevated by these cliff edges. Oh my goodness. Do not take any of the turns too fast. That's all I'm saying. All right, so this road right here coming up on the left is the start of the Alpine Loop. So that is what I was gonna possibly try and go up, but I think I'm gonna just skip it and get into town and not do that. Because I do not want any more incidents. I've noticed that my handlebars are bent pretty significantly, probably from one of the drops on this trip, and I don't know if that's something I can bend back or if I'm just gonna have to get a new handlebar. But it's enough where I notice, like I feel like my left arm is stretched out more than my right, and when I look at like where the hand guards are, my right handlebar is bent towards me about an inch closer. So it's definitely something I need to take care of when I get back. It just feels funny. I feel like I'm like not sitting straight. I noticed it yesterday, but kind of just thought it was a quirk, and then when I actually looked at it today, I said, oh no, that is definitely bent. You can actually see it's bent if you look right there at the where it joins into the stem. You know, it bends towards me a little bit. So probably when one of the drops, I have dropped the bike twice now on this trip. It would be the drop that happened on that side, which embarrassingly was the drop yesterday at the gas station. So superb. Yet another casualty of that stupid incident with the tire. I am definitely going to get wet here, it looks like, folks. I don't know for how long, but I don't know how I feel about going up this road when it's wet. And whether or not I need to bust out my rain gear, because that's looking pretty ominous. Well, here comes the rain, and it is cold. And it is huge drops. Okay, so for all you off-road motorcycle enthusiasts out there, we are coming up on a road here very soon that is quite iconic, quite famous in the off-road world, and it's called Black Bear Pass. And if you Google it and you watch some YouTube videos of it, you will see why. It is pretty extreme, and you have to have some serious cojones to attempt this road, and a very capable motorcycle. This would not do well on it. You need some serious high ground clearance, serious suspension, something a lot lighter, much knobbier tubeless tires. I mean, you need the whole shebang. You need a true dirt bike or dual sport. And you know, I'm sure somebody with enough skills could try it on the Himalayan, but I don't think it would end well. So it's coming up here very shortly, and what it does is it starts up here at the pass and it descends down into the town of Telluride. And it's only one way. You can only descend it, you cannot climb it. It's a one-way road. But again, it's pretty iconic, pretty famous. I highly suggest that you pull up some YouTube videos of it and get a sense of just how ridiculous it is, because I've always wanted to go scope it out, even if it was just on foot, because I think it would be just a really fun road to hike down into Telluride. 11,000 feet! We've done it! We've hit 11 on the Himalayan. And this right here, my friends, is Black Bear Pass Road. Red Mountain Pass, 11,000 feet, and here comes Black Bear Pass. You can see the road off to the right. And a camper van coming down it. Ridiculous. The first part of the road is pretty easy, but then it gets crazy. There it is, Black Bear Pass. And now we start the long drop into Silverton. Man, I love the San Juans. They truly are some of my favorite mountains in the entire country. They have so much character. When I hiked through these mountains on the Colorado Trail back in 2008, it really cemented that in my brain, in my mind, and in my heart. You know, just something about these peaks just really tugs at me. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love coming here. And it's ridiculous now that I only live 6 hours away. I mean, I can drive here in a day. And I feel very spoiled by that fact. We are just about a mile from town now. It's coming around this corner here, and we will be in Silverton. And of course, the rain is starting to fall now. So perfect timing, right? That's okay. We don't mind now. We're almost there. And we will pull right into our hotel and see if they'll let us check in, and then head over to the volunteer briefing. Here we go. All right, here is our hotel. We've made it. Let's see if there's a place to park. A lot of times it's really hard to find a place to park. Oh, we might have scored. I'm gonna park right here. All right, John.